What up, calculus people? It's your teacher, Mr. Messner. We are here to talk about what comes next. I have gotten some questions. I know a lot of people are worried, but you don't have to worry that much. We're actually in great shape, and I'll tell you why in a second. Some of you probably don't even know, like, are we still having a calculus test, an AP test? So I'm just going to go through quickly, like, the most frequently asked questions. I'm going to talk about our schedule, what we're going to be doing from home, and hopefully that addresses a lot of questions. And you guys can start working whenever you want to, including starting today. Today's Wednesday. So here we go. AP Calculus. The test is still on. They've decided that they're not going to be able to give the AP test in a school environment. So the AP test is going to be completely different than it's ever been before. You're going to take the test at home. It will only be 3 free response questions and only 45 minutes long. Okay? You can use your calculator for the entire thing. We're going to talk about how there's some computer programs that can help you tremendously, because I don't think they're going to be able to prevent you from, like, not cheating. So we'll talk about how we probably don't have to take any integrals of any functions, but maybe we'll have to do some things if they give us just notation. So since it's just free response questions, that makes life easy. We're just going to do free response questions from here on out. But there's still one more lesson that we have to learn. We'll talk about that. But one other thing that's important is that we are ahead of the game because not every single topic that I've taught you, you actually are going to be assessed on. The AP makers, graders, the College Board said, you know what, since we are cutting most school years short and a lot of teachers haven't taught every single lesson, that we're going to remove some topics from the AP test. This is why we're way ahead of the game. So the first topic that's removed is from Unit 7. It's all in the second semester, all the topics that are removed. So Unit 7, there's no straight line motion in terms of integrals, which means there's no distance versus displacement. There's going to be no taking antiderivatives of A to get V. There's going to be no finding a missing position, giving a known position and a velocity curve. So that stinks. I thought we were doing very, very well on straight line motion, but I feel like straight line motion free response questions. How do you know it's still recording? And we're back. Another thing from Unit 7 that is also not going to be included is average value. That's the whole, let me write this down. The average of something is 1 over b minus a times the integral from a to b of that something. 1 over b minus a, integral from a to b of, f is an average f. This equation, remember this? That's gone. So we don't have to worry about that, which means, like, a lot of application problems from tables, average velocity questions were asked a lot. Those are gone. Next is gone. Applied accumulation functions, which means no rates. All that work we did on those rate problems, we learned the accumulation function in Unit 8, and then we did the application of the accumulation function with the rate problems. That's like the rate at which gravel is being delivered to a power plant or to some sort of plant is given by capital G, and we know that integrals of rates gave us totals, and we found, like, when you had the max amount of gravel at the plant. We did a lot of sign analysis for maxes and mins. It was a lot of calculator work. Gone. Rates are gone. But wait, there's more. What also is gone from the AP exam is Unit 10. Everything we did just before spring break, gone. We don't have to do anything with area volume areas between two curves, areas with respect to y, spinning things, placing things on top of regions, doing things with horizontal rectangles, gone. And I got some bad news for some of us. I got some great news for other of us. The bad news is the same as the great news. It is, I'm going to delete the Unit 10 grades that we had for the fourth 9 weeks. It's a situation where not everybody took the Unit 10 test, and the Unit 10 is not going to be assessed at all on the AP exam. So these fourth 9 weeks grades are going to be kind of funky anyways. I don't know what they're going to look like. Besides, like, I know what the assignments I'm going to give you, but I don't know how I'm going to like grade them and make it fair and equitable. So as long as you do your stuff, like, your grades should be fine this fourth 9 weeks. But the whole Unit 10 stuff, we had an entire unit in for the fourth 9 weeks. I think, to be fair, I'm just going to delete it. So sorry for those who did well on the test. You can see your test grades. I'm not going to delete it now, but I'm going to delete it in a little bit. Like in a couple days or in the next week or the next 2 weeks. So you can see your grades and see how you did, but don't stress out about that because I'm going to delete them because you're not going to be tested on them. Well, let's talk about moving forward. Here is our schedule. So we can start on this today. I don't care. You're supposed to start on it tomorrow, but whatever. If you guys are bored out of your minds, just staying at home, playing video games, group FaceTiming with each other. Maybe you can group FaceTime and do some calculus as a way to get your brains intellectually stimulated. So here's what we got to do. We have one more lesson that I told you guys we would have to do when we come back. This is going to be assessed. So, you know, a lot of teachers teach it before now. I like to teach it now as a way to introduce like the review. So for today, tomorrow, and early next week, you have in the Unit 11 folder, L'Hôpital's homework and a quiz. You have a L'Hôpital's lesson that you can watch and then take notes on it. The notes are in the Unit 11 folder. You can work through the homework problems, but all I'm going to accept for this is a quiz. Now, obviously, you guys are encouraged to work together on these quizzes. You won't be able to find the answers. We can talk about during office hours, like the tools that you have to help you with stuff, because we should start using these tools if you're going to be able to use them on the AP test. So this quiz is going to be due next week, but I'd like you to do this week or early next week, because starting next week, starting Monday, and each week, I'm going to pick a different type of free response question. And you're going to have homework and you're going to have a quiz, and that's going to be due on Friday. So it's just one free response question at a time. I have unit review videos and all of the old unit problems that we have. That's all going to be available to you guys to use. The quiz, obviously, you can work on with your friends, and I don't want you to stress out. It's more just like practice and refamiliarizing yourself with material. I've been in lots of contact with the other calculus teacher, and we're discussing what we think is going to be on the test after removing all of these different topics. And we've narrowed it down to what we're pretty confident, at least 2 out of the 3 free response questions you're going to have on your new 45-minute AP test. We're pretty confident in what there's going to be. We're not exactly sure what the third one was going to be, but we're working on it. We're figuring it out. After we're done with kind of 3 free response type questions in 3 weeks, we're going to then take some practice tests. I'm going to create what I think is going to be your test. Is it going to be like it in reality? I have no idea. You know, I'm kind of, this is an interesting situation, interesting times. I'm going to prepare you the best that I can, but this is a different year, and I really think you guys had a good understanding of calculus. You guys are set up, if you do well on this test, to not take this class in the future if you don't have to. If you're like a business major and you just need Calc 1, just like don't take this class again. But, you know, If you do retake this class, if you don't do well in this AP exam, don't stress about it. This is just like, this is a weird thing that we're going through right now. And this test is going to be weird and different. So it's unfortunate. I kind of wanted data because I changed up the order and the structure of the class this year compared to previous years. I kind of wanted data to see how well things were going. I'm not going to get it, but I'll get it next year. What do I have at the bottom? If we're still gone, we're going to figure it out. I don't know if we're going to have extra lessons on stuff after the AP tests. I know the AP tests, we don't know the date in which we are going to give the AP test. They are going to be released, I believe, on like April 7th or something like that. But there's going to be 2 exam dates and 2 exams. Let me write that. Don't know the exam dates. We'll figure that out soon. When they're released, I'll let you guys know. What I will be doing and what all teachers are going to be doing is providing office hours through a Google Hangout. So the office hours are going to be every day, 9 to 10 and 1 to 2. And I will have a Google Hangout. It'll be the same link every single day, and I will be sharing that on my website. Everything is going to be found through the Schoology page. Everything, every link you'll need is there. The schedule, you can look at the schedule on the calendar as to like what we're doing each week, but pretty much just go ahead and start on L'Hôpital's right now. Do the quiz in the Unit 10 folder. I'll write up instructions as well in the updates, and I'll release the unit, the first free response type question that we're going to start practicing on Monday of next week. And you'll have homework and a quiz over that due Friday. And we're just going to do it 1 week at a time, one problem at a time. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or I'll see you at the Google Hangout, 9 to 10 starting Monday, or 1 to 2 starting Monday. And I'll answer any questions that you guys have. Hope you're doing well. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And I'll see you online.